was a child, I really liked to snoop. So I would go into my parents' closet or look through their drawers. I don't know what I was looking for. I never really found anything juicy, but I liked to do it. So my mom had just gotten up from a nap, and her room was clear, so it was my snooping time. So I went in, and her laptop was open on her bed. It had been playing a video called, like, Random Whispers #3 or #5 or something, and it was just like layered whispering. Couldn't really make out what they were saying, but I really liked it. I felt the ASMR, and I think that this was before it was even called ASMR. I'm pulling, and I liked it before it was popular. Um, but she would also play her favorite ASMR videos for my sister and I. She wanted us to take a nap, and I never napped as a child. It didn't matter if I got 0 hours of sleep the night before. I was not napping. I wouldn't fall asleep until bedtime that night. But my mom would play these videos during nap time, and I never fell asleep, but it made nap time a bit more bearable because I got to listen to something relaxing rather than just staring at the ceiling for an hour. So when I got older, I started watching ASMR on my own YouTube account, and I've been watching it ever since. I don't really listen to ASMR to fall asleep because I like to have complete silence when I'm sleeping. So if something is playing, I will wake up and turn it off because anything that I can hear will make its way into my dreams and start affecting my quality of sleep. So I don't listen to it to fall asleep at night, but I just listen to it throughout the day because it's relaxing. So I will listen to ASMR while I'm like doing dishes, or even if I'm walking somewhere. And I always see this man on Instagram Reels. I think he's in like Washington Square Park in New York, and he will ask pedestrians that have headphones on who they're listening to. And I would love it if somebody like that stopped me and asked me who I was listening to, and I got to tell them that I was listening to an ASMR video describing some gruesome murder that happened 20 years ago. I really like true crime ASMR. So, sorry. I mostly prefer talking ASMR, so like whispered or soft spoken. I really like a good voice. I like rambles or reading true crime. Basically, when somebody is in front of the camera just talking for like 40 minutes, that's what does it for me. And I think it is natural for me to just talk as well. I could talk for hours if I had somebody listening to me. I think I like the sound of my own voice too much. But that being said, researching, and it seems like the Tascam mic is pretty good bang for your buck. Certainly better than this one. So I attached the microphone to a hair clip. So that I can clip it to my finger and get closer to the objects that I'm making sound with. So little bag with the rubber pieces that you put on earbuds, and I'm gonna crinkle it a little. Let me attach this to my finger. Okay. Okay, that's enough of that. I never understood how people made the really long videos of just making noises, no talking, without the entertainment of getting to listen to themselves talk. That was kind of fun, actually. Also, if you see me looking over to the side here, I'm looking at my laptop screen. I don't have a monitor for the audio, so I don't have headphones like playing back my audio in real time, because when I tried doing that, the audio didn't record at all. So I have to look at the bar to see if I'm being too loud or too quiet, because I have no idea what this sounds like. So sorry if it's distracting. Okay, the next thing that I have is some dried flowers that I put into this bottle with a ribbon. I don't know. Okay, and then I am going to brush them with a paintbrush. next item that I have is this mushroom lamp. Hold on, let me turn it on. Okay, so in my apartment building, people will leave stuff that they don't want anymore in the lobby for other people in the apartment to take. Great community effort. But I found this little lamp down there. It was pretty boring. And I took it with the intention of turning it into something else. So I made this mushroom lamp. I thought that this was going to take me a couple hours. I am terrible at time management, and I'm not lying when I say that this probably took me 30 hours in total. I have a very not laid back work style. I'm the human embodiment of Newton's first law. It's really difficult for me to start things, but once I'm in motion, I stay in motion. So I will get focused on something and do it for hours and forget that I have a body, and like I won't be for like 10 hours. So that's what I did with this mushroom lamp. I stayed up like all night for 3 nights in a row making it. And so I wanted to show it off so I could feel that my labor was worth it. Because a lot of times I get like really into a project, and then after spending so long on it, is that really worth it? So, I'm going to make some noises with this mushroom lamp. I will use the paintbrush first. I didn't think this through, but I think this works. Okay, goodbye mushroom lamp, the fruits of my labor. The next thing that I have is this book. It's called Travailing Egg. I got this from one of those little community libraries, like the boxes where you can take or leave books. And I've gotten so many of these books that are just full of pictures that I haven't really had time to go through them all other than my quick flip through the little library box when I decided to get them. So I figured this would be a good time to explore this book a little bit. So I'm going to trace the cover, and then we will find a nice traceable picture, because I know I said that I liked talking more than sounds, but I actually kind of like tracing. It's kind of relaxing for me. I need to stop saying these selfish things about what I like on this video that isn't for me. It doesn't matter what I like. Okay, so okay, now we will flip through and look for a nice photo. I think this one will work. Okay. I just realized I'm not showing it at all. Still not showing it. There we go. My hand started cramping. Okay, I'm gonna be done with that because it's difficult for me to hold it and show it at the same time. Okay, item that I have is book. I think I mentioned that I like reading ASMR, so I thought that I would read a couple of pages from Cat's Cradle by Kurt Vonnegut. I'll make some sounds with the book first. Let's read a little bit. Chapter 1. The day the world ended. Call me Jonah. My parents did, or nearly did. They called me John. Jonah, John. If I had been a Sam, I would have been a Jonah still. Not because I have been unlucky for others, but because somebody or something has compelled me to be certain places at certain times without fail. Conveyances and motives, both conventional and bizarre, have been provided. And, according to plan, at each appointed second, at each appointed place, this Jonah was there. Listen, when I was a younger man, 2 wives ago, 250,000 cigarettes ago, 3,000 quarts of booze ago, when I was a much younger man, I began to collect material for a book to be called The Day the World Ended. The book was to be factual. The book was to be an account of what important Americans had done on the day when the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. It was to be a Christian book. I was a Christian then. I am a botanist now. I would have been a botanist then if there had been anyone to teach me the bittersweet lies of Bokanon. But botanism was unknown beyond the gravel beaches and coral knives that ring this little island in the Caribbean Sea, the Republic of San Lorenzo. We botanists believe that humanity is organized into teams that do God's will without ever discovering what they are doing. Such a team is called a karass by Bokanon, and the instrument, the kankan, that brought me into my own particular karass was the book I never finished, the book to be called The Day the World Ended. Chapter 2. Nice, nice, very nice. If you find your life tangled up with somebody else's life for no very logical reasons, writes Bokanon, that person may be a member of your karass. At another point in the books of Bokanon, he tells us, man created the checkerboard, God created the karass. By that, he means that a karass ignores national, institutional, occupational, familial, and class boundaries. It is as free form as an amoeba. In his 53rd Calypso, Bokanon invites us to sing along with him. Oh, a sleeping drunkard up in Central Park, and a lion hunter in the jungle dark, and a Chinese dentist and a British queen, all fit together in the same machine. Nice, nice, very nice. Nice, nice, very nice. Nice, nice, very nice. So many different people in the same device. Okay, so that was 2 chapters. The chapters in Cat's Cradle are very short, so I figured it would be good for this. And I think it's time for me to wrap up my video. Thank you for watching, and I had a lot of fun making this. It was everything I ever imagined it to be when I was getting carried away with tapping, pretending I was in a YouTube video. Please let me know if you have requests. If I continue to make these videos, I hope to have a better microphone next time I see you.